Hey people on YouTube land, Zach Hall back here again with another video. Wanted to do another crash test, this time on my Bearing Precious Seed Bibles, because I know that Bearing Precious Seed is a Baptist printing ministry. They print the Word of God at the cost of production. They try to get out across the world to missionaries for free. And so I just want to be a blessing to them and give you guys an opportunity to see their Bibles and how they hold up over time. Because I know they're on a lower end. They have great quality leather Bibles. Their paper isn't as great as some other people, but it's still pretty good. So I wanted to show you guys, though, that just because they're a little bit cheaper doesn't mean that they sacrifice any quality or the length of time they would last you. So let's start off with this one to the right here, because this Bellway right here is 4 years old. So I've had this one for a good little while, and I've used this one pretty frequently. And they did a great job of choosing French Morocco as the cover. It's very sturdy leather. It is synthetic leather lined, which has held up very nicely. The stitching for the the stitching has held up very well. Sometimes this inner cover here has come undone because of the glue, but other than that, it's still pretty well intact. Corners are done pretty well. The only thing where I could find this thing where it might fail in the future is this tab, because it is so strong. I'll just show you that, like, you see how high that tab sticks up, and even when you get into the Bible, it still sticks up. So what that does is it cracks this page, but it's held up for 4 years, so really I haven't had to worry about it. The gold on the spine has not worn off, and that's probably due to the raised hubs. So very nice. The printed grain in this is really amazing. It does become really soft and pretty flexible after you've used it for a while. It's a very nice Bible. Now, I did do the art gilding on this, so that did not come with this. However, you can still see that gold still on there. And so that has held up pretty well. Now get into the Bible. This has wide margins. This is their wide margin edition. You can see how much you can fit in that. That was just me trying to see how much I could cram in the top margin. And there. Then you'll see, though, on the back there, the ghosting. So you can see it pretty good. It is thin paper, but you can see not much bleed through. This was with a G2 gel pen, so there will be more bleed through. If you use a Pigma Micron 005 or even a 01, there's not any bleed through, but you'll get that show through. But you can see that it does lay flat even there in Genesis. Beautiful margins all the way around. Paper is held up really well. It's not the highest quality paper, especially for a wide margin, but it is very nice. So I'll get you back here, show you where I took some more notes back in John. So you can see there, you have tons of room to put your notes. Paper's held up very well. This is with a Pigma Micron, so you can see it does not bleed onto this page, but you can see the ghosting there. The font's an 8-point font. It's the same size as a Cameo font, it's just not bold. So if you can read the Cameo font really well, you should be able to read this font. No problem. And the extra space really does make it easier to read for being a smaller font. It does not have red letters. There's some highlighting here you guys can see. I did this probably a year ago. And that's held up really well. It doesn't bleed through at all. So you can see that keeps that page clean. But yet it's nice and bold on this side, which is really nice. And that's a gel highlighter. So if you do want to use a highlighter on there, I would recommend a gel highlighter. Just don't put a lot on it. Just do a little bit. There's some more notes there with a Pigma Micron. See, there's no bleed through. So this thing is a great wide margin. It's only $50. So for getting a genuine leather, a French Morocco leather, synthetic leather lined Bible for $50, that's really amazing. And then this is all blank Bible paper here. So you get tons of paper for notes, putting sermon outlines, maybe ideas you have, or special events, whatever you like. But this thing's held up super well, so I'm very impressed for the price and the quality of it. See, the pages in the back are still in there, not falling apart. This is where I was talking about where the glue has kind of failed on that, but because it's stitched, it doesn't really matter as much. It'll stay together. Ribbon markers are still in there really well. Haven't been falling out. They're easy to use. Well separated, as you can see there. Head and tail bands are still intact. So this thing's 4 years. 4 years of use, and I have used this really consistently. So this thing will definitely last you a lifetime. $50 from BPS's website. Next one I want to do a quick update on is this one. This is the hand size, and the text in these two is the exact same as far as the pages. So if you go to the same page on both of these, it'll be the same exact layout. However, this one has bigger font. It's a 10-point font compared to 8-point. This one won't have as big of margins, but it's still really well done. Same cover, so French Morocco cover, synthetic leather lined. Still have that nice gold there on the side. Which this one actually comes across almost as silver when you compare it to that one. But that cover has held up very well. You can see, again, it's tabbed in the block. It's got that heavy hinge though, where sometimes it doesn't want to stay open. So there's a title page. But then you get in here to the Bible, and you can see this is Genesis. So it does lay flat in Genesis, but it will take a while for you to get that hinge kind of broken in there. But it's a beautiful 10-point font, Times New Roman font, so nothing special there. Does have a good amount of margin though, so even though it's not a wide margin Bible, you most definitely can put notes in here. And I did the art gilding on this, so the blue art gilding. You can see though the gold still on there. Paper in this one's about the same. I'd say this is like maybe slightly, I'd say it's about the same. Just thought it might be slightly thicker. It is self-pronouncing. See that? But again, paper's held up well. Here's a place where I took a lot of notes. You can see you can definitely fit stuff in the margin there. That was with a Pigma Micron, so there's no bleeding. You can see there some show through from when you write with it. But then I also did underline here in red. So let's see how that looks. There's the back side. You can kind of see it, but really not that bad. And then at the back of this, you have a concordance, 3,000 word entry concordance, so it's actually pretty decent. And then in the back, you're going to have note paper. So if you want to take notes, you can do that as well. Then you'll have your cardstock pages. Those are all held up. The tab has held up very well. Ribbon marker only comes with one. So I have had no problems with that. Tail and headbands are still in really well. Stitching is still intact. It's, lays flat. Awesome Bible. So encourage you, if you want one of these two. The hand size is only $40 from their website, and this thing will last you a lifetime. So again, that's 4 years on the wide margin, 3 years on the hand size, and then I just got this guy. This is their large print. Now this is in genuine leather, and so it's not as high quality leather as the other guys. It's just a paste off, but it has pig skin for the leather. However, the trade-off is you do get this beautiful large print Bible. I've only had this one for about a week, but it definitely lays flat wherever you put it. So like I can go back here to Revelation, even though this is a paste-off binding, there's the end of Revelation. That thing's laying pretty flat. And you can see, so this is what the gold would look like without the art gilding. Okay, so that's their standard gold gilding. Try to stand this up on the spine so you can see it. So it's not bad. It's definitely not as good as Church Bible Publishers or local church, and not anything like a Cambridge or anything like that, but it's decent. You at least get gold, and it looks good, and it does last a while. It does flake off easier than the other ones, but like I said, I still have the gold on these two, so it does last for a good little while. And so this one is $35 from their website. So that's how these have held up, guys. These are crash tests of these Bibles. Now, granted, this one I've only had for a week, so again, use this for 4 years and 3. Awesome qualities, held up really well. Paper is okay. It's not the greatest in the world, but it will do the job for you. So if you need a beater Bible, you're just going to use it, put your notes in it, and you don't really want to care You don't want like an Allen because you're too afraid to ride in it. I would encourage you to get one of these and just go to town, man. Mark it, love it, read it, and they will last you forever. So hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Hope you have a great day. God bless.